Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Clockwork Heart, or Nikki from J2NA Games, and whatever brings you here today, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. So right now I'm going to talk about being prepared for this surgery. And what I'm trying to do and what I think people should probably do to make sure they have everything in order before they go into surgery. So, number one, read your manual. Excuse me. This thing, mine's just printed off the computer and put into a binder, but, and again, it's too bright for you to see it, I think, but read it. Bariatric manual thing. It's huge, but read it. It has like, come on Light, you can do it. It has like all the information you could need in there. It talks about literally everything. And like I said in the liquid diet video, if you don't see it in there, ask your doctor. Always ask your doctor. Get your prescriptions and vitamins ahead of time. I've had my bariatric vitamins for like over a month. So I've got, again, you're probably not going to be able to see it because of my bright lights, but if you can't, I'll edit in a picture. These are berry melts, and this one is my calcium, specifically designed for bariatric patients. So it's calcium citrate or something like that. Yeah, calcium citrate with vitamin D3. That's really important. If your calcium citrate that you take after bariatric surgery has to have vitamin D3 in it. It helps you like process the calcium citrate or something like that. I don't actually know if they have other flavors. This is smooth berry. I have not started taking these yet, so I can't tell you how they taste, but they are huge. Hang on. I actually, I'll talk about it in another video, in my what's in my bag video, but I had to buy a new pill case because these are too big and you have to have 2 a day. So this is how big they are. I would compare it to like a really thick nickel. Like, look how thick that is. I mean, I'm not looking forward to having that dissolve in my mouth, let's be honest. It's gonna be like powder, powder. So that's the calcium citrate. I also have, and I've been taking these for a while because I read on my other multivitamins. I figured why not start these. These are the multivitamin, the bariatric specific multivitamin. They are not as big as the calcium citrate. They're still big, and to be honest, I like the brand. They give you a discount if you buy over a certain amount or on your first order or something like that. These are the size of the other ones. And I think it's a good brand, but it's really not for me. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought these because I don't like berry flavor. And this one is smooth fruit flavor, but it's a berry flavor. I don't like berry flavor. I don't like tropical punch. I don't like mixed berry juice. I don't like berry flavored things, except real berries, whatever. And they're really powdery, and now getting toward the end of my liquid diet, they're making me really nauseous every time I take them. I think it's just because the liquid diet in itself makes you nauseous. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of them, but I just think it's the flavor. So they're really not. They dissolve well, no problems. You can chew them up. Take them with water, you know, I don't mean swallow them, but I mean have some water while you're chewing them up. I also have, because I bought like 3 bottles when I bought them, not thinking for the future, I take a B complex because it, you know, helps boost your metabolism and everything. This one, after my surgery, I'm going to have to crush it and put it in, or just crush it and take the powder, mix it into some water, sprinkle it on some food. Because you cannot take whole pills after your surgery. You have to have liquid, dissolvable like these. You have to crush it, or it has to be sprinkleable on your food. I'll talk more about that in a minute. I also take a prescription strength vitamin D because apparently when I had blood work done, I have no vitamin D in my system. I was like at one vitamin D. I don't know what the normal is, but that's not it. And then, as I lean out of the shot again, at my appointment that was just a few days ago, I got a ton of samples. So I'm going to be trying all these samples that I'm so sorry about the bright light, that's just how it is, I can't help it. So I'm going to be trying all these samples that my doctor gave me so that I can see if I like them. Some of them look like they might be probably for later down the line when you can have more solids, because there's some little blocks in here that I imagine are either like a gummy chewable or like a chocolate chewable. So I'm excited to try them, but I haven't yet because I'm not supposed to be having stuff like that. I don't even think really in the form of vitamins. I don't know. I did not ask about that. So have your vitamins beforehand. And also have your prescriptions beforehand. I have 4 prescriptions. Get my paper. I'm not super prepared, just a little prepared. So I have hydrocodone with acetaminophen. That is this big bottle. My friend, who is for after surgery pain. The doctor, the pharmacist was like, it'll make you drowsy, try not to drive. I'm like, bro, I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna be laid up in bed, it's fine. So that's for pain. Then you've got omeprazole, which I think is this one. Yeah, omeprazole, it's just your standard prescription bottle of it's Prilosec pretty much, but you get the prescription kind because you can't have the, I don't remember the specific name for it, but it reacts over time. You can't have that. It's got to be like sort of instant reacting, and it's because you will have acid reflux for pretty much a year after your surgery. So I have to take this for a year after my surgery, and I have to open these capsules and sprinkle them on my food. Fun, right? And then I have whatever this is. I do not know how to pronounce ondansetron. It's like a transformer. Ondansetron. Also known as Zofran, which is for nausea, which is apparently very common after the surgery. So these dissolve under your tongue, and you can take them up to 3 times a day. So that's to help combat nausea in the first few weeks after your surgery. This is not, as far as I know, this is not ongoing. And then, last but not least, milk of magnesia, for if you can't poop, because apparently that's going to be a thing too. Exciting. This cost me $1.33 at the pharmacy. I was like, heck yeah. So, yeah, that, I guess, is just, these are just really, these are just a precaution. The milk of magnesia and the Zofran are really just a precaution so that you don't run into any problems. But the omeprazole you have to have for a year, and the hydrocodone is going to keep you happy after the surgery because you're going to be in a lot of pain. So, that's my list of medications. Like my ghetto marking out of my name. So great. Anyway, where's my little notebook? So make sure you've got your prescriptions and your vitamins ready to go at home, waiting for you when you get home from surgery, because you're going to need them the next day and you don't have to deal with that. Also, make sure you have plenty of post-surgery foods. When I ordered groceries on payday, I ordered enough groceries to last us for 4 weeks because I don't want to have to deal with it on the next payday. And I ordered my full liquid diet items. Like I ordered cream-based soups, cream of wheat, sugar-free pudding. I ordered more broth. So you want to be prepared. If you think you're going to need it, get it ahead of time. Don't do what I did. I got like everything today. It's like 2 days before my surgery. Oh, it took me forever to get these prescriptions. Jesus. Anyway, plan a little better than I did. Get your stuff in advance, as far in advance as you can. Just have it ready. Be aware, hydrocodone is a controlled drug, so they are going to want your ID, and you have to like sign, like I'm not going to abuse this, things like that. Make sure you have water at home, whatever water you like. Like, we get sparklets delivered, so we got plenty of that on hand. I don't have to worry about not having water, but if you only drink bottled water, buy a ton of it. Have tons of it because you need water constantly. Like, you are supposed to be sipping, after the surgery, you were supposed to be sipping water nonstop throughout the day, except I think 30 minutes before your meal and 15 to 20 minutes after. Water, constantly. Dehydration equals hospital. Dehydration, hospital. Buy your water. Stock the fuck up on it. Make sure you have enough. And replace your usual medicine with liquid, dissolvable, or sprinkleable. Like, I don't really take any regular medications. I have a Xanax prescription for if I get near boats, because boats make me really nervous. And so those I can crush. If you can crush it, you're good to take it. So those you can crush, so I'm good to take those after my surgery. You need to take liquid Tylenol. So I bought 2 bottles of liquid Tylenol. Unfortunately, my dumb ass didn't bring it upstairs. It's still downstairs on the kitchen table. Whatever. You can buy it on Amazon. I got two bottles for like $10. It's great. Cherry flavor. I haven't tried it, but So, but just make sure you have all the medicines you need ahead of time. And be aware, there are things you cannot take after this surgery. So, let me inform you. My little page tabbies are not working the way I was hoping they would. So, you cannot take NSAIDs after your surgery. So, like, aspirin you can't have, Excedrin you can't have, ibuprofen-based medicines like Advil, Motrin, Nuprin. You can't have like naproxen, Aleve. You can't have Pepto-Bismol after your surgery. So, again, this is all in your manual. Read your manual. Or if you don't have a manual, talk to your doctor, ask what you can and can't have. So, like, you can have acetaminophen-based things, like the Tylenol. You can have Benadryl, Imodium, Robitussin, Tylenol cold products. But it all has to be liquid, crushable, dissolvable, or sprinkleable. So keep that in mind. Be prepared. Buy the liquids ahead of time. Don't wait till you're doubled over in pain with a migraine to try and get your hands on some liquid Tylenol, okay? I didn't do this, and I really should, but I don't know. I guess it's planning too far ahead for me. I'm always afraid things are not gonna work out. So, plan for clothes. Like, what clothes are you gonna wear? Like, do you have clothes in all the sizes you think you might need, or no? And do you want to get those ahead of time, or do you want to buy them as you lose weight? I'm planning to buy a few as I lose weight. Goodwill, Buffalo Exchange. I don't mind going every now and then. But you will be losing weight very fast, so maybe you do want to buy a few in advance. Thankfully, Andrea's about 50 or 60 pounds lighter than me, and she's happy to let me borrow her clothes. So I'm pretty good for about 50 to 60 pounds. I have some smaller clothes that I haven't fit into in several years, and I can borrow her clothes. Once I get smaller than that, that's when I'm going to have to start considering buying some at certain intervals. And I work at a vet clinic, and I have to wear certain color scrubs. Thankfully, my boss, stocks a lot of different sizes, so I can borrow as I get smaller. But if you have a uniform that you can't borrow as you get smaller, you need to plan in advance for that as well. Can you take your uniform in, or are you going to have to buy them at each stage? So definitely consider that. If you can buy them in advance, maybe do so. And last, maybe have a helper. I have John. I've always had John. He will do anything and everything I ask him to do. I try not to ask too much of him, but I think it's important while you're recovering and laid up in bed and probably miserable to have someone who can help you, because it's my understanding that this is going to be painful, so painful, especially the gas. They have to fill your stomach with air, well, not your stomach, sorry, your abdomen with air while they're working in there. So that's got to work its way out, and it's going to be painful and very gassy. My boss had a hysterectomy, and they did the same thing to her, and she said the gas was the most painful part of the surgery. So there may be days where you are in so much pain you can't get out of bed. So if you can have a helper to stay with you for a few days, please do so. Or at least have someone on call who can come help you. I mean, I'm lucky. I've got John. He'll do anything for me. Andrea lives here. She would do anything for me. Dion would come over in a heartbeat. My mom would show up in no time. Felix lives just down the road. She would come and do anything for me. Like, I could probably call Jackie in Vegas and be like, I need you, and she'd be like, I'll be there in 6 hours, you know? Like, I have a really good support system, and you need a good support system, someone who can help you through this. So, I think that's really all I have to recommend right now. I'm sure down the line I'll think of 1,000 things I also should have recommended, but for right now, I mean, that's pretty much it. Read your manual, buy things in advance, have someone to help you, drink your water. If you don't like water, get over it. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. You have to drink like 100 milliliters of water a day, at least. I think it's maybe 80, but you have to drink so much water. You just have to deal with it. You don't want to be in the hospital for dehydration. So please drink your water. I guess that's really all I have to recommend. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!